Hello, hello, and welcome to EarthenLaberintoPodcast, episode 5. I'm Gabriella. I am a knitter and maker of things here in Central Virginia. And if you've never been here before, welcome to my little nook area of the interwebs where I like to share my knitting, and maybe you might even see a few gardening segments, my homesteading in the backyard business with my animals, my bees, all that jazz. But mostly it'll probably be fiber related around here. And if you've been here before, welcome back. Thank you so much for sticking around with me. I'm so happy that you guys actually are interested in any of this, which is great. I love it too, so that's why I'm here. I'm just gonna go ahead and jump right into it. So feel free and grab yourself a beverage of choice, maybe a snack, a project, if you will, or not. It's all optional. I'm gonna start with what I'm wearing, and I am wearing, of course, the ranunculus. I knit this, oh geez, probably a year or two ago. Yeah, it's pretty popular. I've seen a lot of them actually, and every single one that I've seen I've loved. It's such a classic sort of pattern. This shape is really flattering for me, in my opinion. It really does look lovely, very flowy, and you can knit it in different types of yarn weights, which is gives it a little bit of a different look as well. And there's also, I believe, two options of the neckline. So this one is, I believe I did the shorter one, and then there's also like a wider neckline. And so this is a top down sweater, and the yoke is what really like captured me. The yoke, okay, and obviously the sleeves. I love this little, like, it kind of balloons out just slightly. See that? And that's really what sold me on this sweater. Midori did a fabulous job of being very size inclusive. There's a lot of sizes in it, and obviously a lot of, modifying that you can do with it. So I did the sleeves that kind of stop right here. You could make them longer. You could even go shorter and do short sleeves. But I tend to like them a little bit longer. And what I like about it is I can wash dishes, I can garden, I can tend to my animals, and I don't have to worry about mucking it up whenever I like really reach into things and whatnot, going grabbing things. I don't have to worry too much about the sleeve kind of dipping into things, which is great because I am all over the place. So yeah, and I knit it in a hand spun BFL fleece that I actually bought for myself for my birthday. I believe it was probably 3 years ago that I decided to treat myself with the fleece, and I found this beautiful BFL fleece thanks to Dark Side Shearing. If you don't know about them, look them up. They're awesome. And so yeah, so I spun it all up and was holding on to it for a while. And I thought, you know what? I need something special. Saw the pattern, couldn't help myself, and here we are, my lovely ranunculus. I highly recommend trying this pattern out. Although like the yoke looks a little like it's beautiful. There's laces, there's cables and twists and all kinds of things going on there. But trust me, you can do this. It wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. And I think personally very beginner friendly. And the outcome, I mean, you could choose to go longer, shorter, more cropped. I did like a more of a cropped version for mine. It stops like right here, my hips like right here. So that's just so that I can wear it, with jeans or a dress, or just throw it over things. So that's how I decided to make it like that. And I do plan on making another one because I love everything about it, and I need another one in my life because unfortunately, since I do wear this a lot, there is some pilling. I don't know if you could tell. But yeah, that's the only thing. But it doesn't bother me too bad, and I could probably, it would benefit from a gleaning, but I don't have one of those yet. And I definitely need to get one because this poor sleeve right here, as you can see, look at that. I'm going to have to do that and then show it again and see. It'll probably look brand spanking new again. But yes, that's what I'm wearing and I love it. Definitely give that pattern a try. Let's move on. And I have my notes down here, which is why I'm like, eh. But anyway, sorry. Um, yeah, a finished item. I have the lovely rib laced raglan. Look at that. This is by James and Watts. I love this thing. This is beautiful. Now, with the variegated yarn, you really can't see these lovely little eyelets. This lacy part. Oh, gorgeous. And it's so stretchy. So while I was knitting, I was like, ooh, I don't know. But yes, beautiful, drapey, stretches. Another top down construction, which is great. I love top down. It's my jam. Very interesting construction too, because like you did like this neck part, and then that pattern keeps going and going for the lace pattern, and it's one of those patterns that I would have to say is intriguing, but also like not so difficult that you would have the pattern notes right in your face constantly. Once you get it down, it's fairly straightforward, but it's very beautiful. I love it. Yes, and the yarn is by Lavender Loon um, Fiber, and it is in women's work. I think it is gorgeous. My husband actually picked out this yarn for me while we were on vacation last year visiting my in-laws, and he loves blue and he picked that one out, and I'm so glad that he did. I wasn't too sure like what to really use it for because variegated yarn, it's beautiful, but it can also be kind of tricky on certain patterns. But this is beautiful. I love it. It's gorgeous. Definitely give that a try. And it's squishy. I love it. Okay, and the next finished item I have is kind of a really cool one. It is actually not knitting, it is crochet. And it is The Slouchy Witch Hat by Entangled Fae. I believe her name is also on the pattern Shelby Daft. So this is a crochet pattern. I used my own hand spun yarn here at the top all the way up to like right around here, and then I didn't have enough, so I went ahead and I used a commercial wool that I had just in my stash. I think it was a Patton's. And so you start from the tip here and you do your rows and you increase and you increase and you increase, and then you do this little shaping here for the brim. And yeah, you have the option to add wire, as you can tell right there, because I used a really big gauge on mine, or you could just leave it as is. I chose wire. I just like the idea of being able to like, you know, squeeze shit around and do stuff with it. But I've always wanted a witch hat, and I found this pattern and I couldn't say no. So here we are. And I really enjoy it, and I wear it more than I thought I would, and I'm okay with that. I love it, and it totally gives me the vibes. So, yay. I like it. Very beginner friendly, I would say. And super fun because I believe she created the pattern with the idea of probably, hey man, you can use scraps if you got them, change up the colors. It doesn't, you know, like no huge stringent rules of what it needs to look like. It's just a really cool, fun witch hat. So that's what I got. And that only took me, I would have to say, probably like 2 days. And I was on it for 2 days. And my next finished item, hold down, is my Beekeeper's Quilt by Tiny Owl Knits. And the first one that I have here is that Lavender Loon Fiber Co. yarn in women's work. Beautiful colors. I really love these little hexie puffs because I feel like it's almost like a swatch where you get to have just that beautiful pop of color. This one is 6 and 7 Fiber Co. in Delphinium. And I stuff all mine with just raw, like raw washed wool. I guess it's not really raw then. Washed wool. And those are the two that I finished. And so much fun. That is going to be an ongoing process. My thoughts are to make at least like a queen size spread or something so that I could just toss it on my bed and just have it whenever I want it, or take it over to the couch, what have you. I really loved the look of it when I first saw it, and I thought I must have. And it seems to be like the perfect project to have as an ongoing project, because not only is it ongoing, but you do get that like burst of accomplishment feeling because you finished an actual hexie puff. And so they're knit like kind of similar to like a toe up sock almost. And so you get to finish a whole single hexie puff, and that really doesn't take that long at all. And then you make more of them until whatever size that you want. You can even make like a little coaster of them, or what, it's up to you. But for me, it seemed to be the perfect ongoing project that I have, at least until I make a really big blanket. Highly recommend Tiny Owl Knits. It's a very simple, easy pattern, and I've been enjoying the heck out of it, and I've just been taking my time. And it seems to be one of those perfect patterns to really showcase those special yarns. Any yarn that you feel is special to you. Like for me, it's always like indie dyed yarn, or fiber, like 100% wool type deal, because for me, I love wool and I love supporting other artists as well. So I find that that's a perfect way to just sort of like, kind of put them front and center in a project. And I'm so excited to see what that will actually look like when it's all said and done. I feel like I've been talking really fast. Excuse me, just drinking some coconut water. I love coconut water. It's delicious. My son actually does not like it at all, which is a plus for me because more coconut water for me. Another finished item that I have is we're no longer knitting or any of that. Now we're on to the spinning, and I did indeed finish that Icelandic that I had shown in the previous podcast. And look how beautiful it came out. And I can't get the other one out. Yes, I can. And here's the other one. Yay! They turned out so lovely. They are a 2-ply, and I spun the Icelandic fleece all together, and I'm so happy with the luster and the bounce and just all of it. I love Icelandic. It really does hit the spot for me. So now, I also finished some llama, but I don't know where the heck the llama went. I think it's somewhere in the living room. I'll have to find it and hopefully post it on the next episode, because I don't know. That living room's a trip. The next one that I have here is unfinished items, and I still unfortunately do not have any progress. Where did it go? On my VAR socks. I still have at least one done. Let's see. And the other one, I got up to the heel and that was it. That's as far as I got on it. Mostly due to the fact that I still need to go ahead and spin more yarn, which, by the way, is the same yarn that I used in my ranunculus. So this was the original like reason why I spun the yarn, and then once I was done with this, I still had like a ball left over and decided to try my hand at doing the var socks because it's beautiful pattern by the lovely um oh no, I don't have her. Yes, Fiber Tales, sorry. By the lovely Fiber Tales. But I ran out and I have to spin more, and I actually have a Shetland fleece that I'm spinning right now, and then after that I plan to go ahead and do an alpaca, and then I can go ahead and do the rest of my BFL for the var socks. Now those socks are awesome. I'll pull them back up again. What's so cool about it is that this little detail right here, this is embroidered, and you kind of do this. I kind of spoke about this on my previous episode, so I go a little bit more detail into the actual pattern. But oof, I fell down. But the heel is like a honeycomb kind of stitch, and then this is embroidered, and so really all I have to do is this, and I have a pair of socks, and I can't wait because I will need them here soon. Virginia has crazy weather. I mean, today it felt great. I was outside of my garden, and I don't know, maybe I have some video I can post after all this to show you guys. Anyways, and the day before that, it was actually pretty darn cold. I mean, I had to cover all of my seedlings because it got into the low 30s, and that is not good for them. My poor garden. But yeah, so socks. Definitely need them in my life. My next object that I have that is not finished yet, but I have a little bit more to show you, and it is the Scottish Fleet Gansey by Rose Woodland. And so see, I've got more done and stuff on it apparently. Anyways, it's still all just stockinette basically is what's going on here. Oh no. Okay, I thought I was slipping stitches. So I did my rib. This is my first bottom up sweater. I didn't know how I was going to feel about that. This is actually a sweater that I am doing for my husband. He picked up the color, which is this beautiful cone from Jameson & Smith 2-ply jumper weight. And I got that on the Black Friday special. And the colorway, I believe, is, where are you? I don't know the colorway name. I believe it's a number of 036. Ugh. But yes, 036. It's this beautiful deep blue. I know in here it kind of looks black, but it's not. It is a blue. Very deep color. And I love the way it looks. It's going to be an awesome sweater. So, where I'm at right now, I've got about 2, almost 3 inches left to do before I can actually get into the pattern, which I'm so stoked for. It feels like this has been taking forever, and I mean that's understandable considering I am using a US 2 knitting needle. Yes, my gosh, I don't know if I'll ever do that again. It's been taking forever. I mean, you know, like really, time is neither here nor there, I suppose, when you're lucky enough to be like that about time. But I just really want to like finish it and see him wear it, and I get so much like joy from giving of my like what I can do, and you know, the stuff that I make. I love giving it to the people that I love and watching them enjoy it and use it, and I get my jollies that way. So Super stoked that I'm about to hit that pattern though. Oh, so here for that. I'm ready for it. Been ready for it. So maybe I would say give myself a week and I'll be there, man. I'm holding on to that hope. And the last item that I have in progress is, where did you go? It is actually oh, there it is. It's a test knit. It is a test knit by the extremely amazing and talented Curio Stitches. And I'm not going to show too much of it because I'm not 100% sure, if I want to do that yet. I kind of want a big reveal. So I'll just show part of what I've got done. Ooh, what is that? It can be a sleeve. And I'll just show this. This is beautiful, isn't it too? This is a lovely charm by Wool & Forest. And oh, I love the kitty. Isn't it great? I'm so glad that I snagged that, by the way. If you ever see any of her items and you're like, don't hem and haw on it, man. You need to go for it because they sell quick. And what I used on this lovely is the Plotalopi, not Lopi like I said before, Plotalopi. I mixed it up on my last episode or podcast or whatever video. Plotalopi in Black Heather. I am in love with this already. And I can't wait to finish it and be able to wear it everywhere just because I can. And the drape of that Plotalopi, I made another sweater in Plotalopi, only I used it double. And it felt very structured, which is great for what I wanted it because it's like a swancho type deal. And I wanted it to be able to be like a outerwear almost. But this one, it's gonna be the item that I wear under things too, like a jacket. But, this is gonna be the thing, so to speak. And so I'm very happy with the way that the yarn is actually draping and working and showing the stitches. So I'll show you the cuff here. Look at that detail. Isn't that amazing? I love it. I look at this sometimes like I just gaze at it and just appreciate every stitch and the designer who came up with this, like I think about her too. And just in general, she's going through a tough time right now, and so my heart goes out to her and I hope that she finds healing. We all go through things, I know, and it's never easy, but I like to think that, energetically we can be there for each other even if we have never like get the opportunity to physically meet other people. Anyways, it's a whole nother thing. So yeah, that's my test knit. And I was lying, it is not my only work in progress. I also have my weaving, which I cannot really show because I don't have anything done on it either. Hopefully that will change on the next video that I decide to post, because I would really like to get that finished up so I can gaze at it and gift it as well. My final item that I have, final item, is this beautiful Shetland yarn that I spun up. I actually finished plying this yesterday, and I tend to gravitate to the dark natural colors, browns, grays. It's really hard to find a true black wool fleece, But this is totally right up my alley. Beautiful. And I actually have a little bit more of that to spin up. That's the Shetland fleece I was talking about earlier. Wow, okay, so other than that, that's all I got. I didn't get as many items finished as I had hoped I would, but that's okay. I've also been, trying to get my garden going and homeschooling and lifing apparently. So, which fiber arts is kind of life too. So, yeah, that's all I got for today. I hope you guys are all doing well, and I am looking forward to seeing you all again, hopefully. And please treat each other kindly, treat yourself very well, and let's take care of this beautiful earth that we have. And I am very thankful that you are all here sharing this space with me. And I can't wait to welcome you all again. So, till then, bye, and thank you.